It is I, Coach Kayleen, the macro queen, joined by Coach Ryan, who will eventually show his face
Coach
one
Ryan.
of these days, the games master.
Yeah, hopefully soon. I'm getting my shit finally updated. My camera's still bad. Apple sucks. If you're listening to this on Apple, you suck, Apple. But
I love Apple, man.
Dude.
But it's hard just, carrying the load here with my face. I had to put makeup on today. Just kidding.
Yeah, you're the one. Yeah, I'll be back eventually, but that's where we're at. But it is the new year, so what are we going to be doing? Well, you know what? I'll tell them. I'm not going to ask you, Katie. I'll tell the people what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing this consistent, everybody. How cool is that shit? Doesn't that sound exciting?
How many times have they heard this? But we're the same old resolutioners.
If you don't trust us from before, that was last year, okay, people? This is a new year, right?
New year, new us.
Wash all the energy away from the 2023 and move forward with trusting us that we're going to do it consistently. No, but really we are. We're doing 2 of these a month at min every other week, okay? We'll be rolling episodes. So keep us updated with what you want to hear about. We're kind of revamping things a bit and taking it to the next fucking level. So
let's go.
Be ready. But Kayleen, what the hell are we doing today? What are we talking about before people click away because we're already ranting?
I have a feeling this intro is going to be long because we haven't freaking podcasted forever. But if you stick around, you will get 5 ways to jumpstart your fat loss, because chances are, if you're listening to this, you may have gotten a little cray-cray during the holidays and you're looking to get rid of some of that. So we're going to give you the top 5 ways to expedite it, because
or even if you didn't even go crazy, right? Because pretty much everybody would always want to be a little leaner. That's what I think, right? Like everybody's always, and I've learned this coaching all you crazy competitors like you, Kayleen. No matter how goddamn lean Kayleen gets, everybody, she's always like, I should be leaner. And I'm like, you know what? True. I can see your bones. You look like a skeleton. No, just kidding.
Are you in my head? Because, after the holidays, I'm just like, and of course, on the plane ride home, I was trying to do one of those goddamn 2023 collages, with like the fun reel. And I did it twice and it didn't save. So I was like, fuck it. But that made me take a deep dive into my little prep files. And I'm like, man. I like that.
Everybody's been doing the prep files. The amount of people that I've gotten this week sending me check-ins from 7 months ago, I'm like, what the hell is happening? And they're like, look at me back then when I was lean. And I'm like,
damn collage.
I'm like, look at collage. You. Look at you. You were lean. What did you do different? Well, the holidays, people. Holidays are a busy time. But in general, you all probably want to be leaner. So these are 5 tips that are also really simple and easy. It's not like, hey, you know what? We want you to buy $700 worth of fucking broccoli. No, it's nothing stupid. This is easy shit. You can do all of these literally, I think.
Almost all of them are essentially free.
Yeah, they're free, essentially free, and also doable today, I would say. As you listen to this, you can start doing this shit 2 daisies. Okay? So let's get, first though, is it worth the macros from you, Kayleen? It's been a while since I've heard about one of these, and I'm excited to see what you have for me here.
Yes. Okay. So I was going through the store, as I do, and I found, I don't know if you've seen this. Have you seen that Snickers launched a protein bar?
Literally, I don't go anywhere in the store besides the fucking meat and egg aisle. So I ain't seeing none of that, but Snickers has a protein bar. What is this world coming to? Tell me about it.
So obviously I'm like, I gotta check this shit out because I love Snickers. I would say Snickers is in my top 5 candy bars. I don't know about you, but chocolate, peanut butter, I love those. In the little fun size mix, they're always one of the first to be demolished in our house. So the facts. 1 bar is 240 calories, 10 grams of fat, 19 grams of carbs, and 20 grams of protein. Standard, protein bar macros. 4 grams, 3 included added sugars.
Ah, interesting. So it is literally like a protein bar here.
It really is. Typical ingredients, shitty ingredients, which...
Typical shit.
Yeah.
Does it taste like a protein bar? I mean, or a Snickers, which one, or both?
It tastes like a really shitty protein bar. Like, not even a good protein bar, man. It was so disappointing. It was hard. Like, I think I broke a couple teeth biting into it. It took me 3 hours to chew. Like, I was like recording on the podcast or on the TikTok, which I haven't posted yet because in addition, like, to exhausting my jaw, chewing this thing for 30 minutes, I finished recording the video and my audio didn't save. So I was like, motherfucker. And so I haven't posted it officially to the TikTok. So this is me doing it now. They had 2 different flavors. They had like a regular, Snickers, and they had a caramel Snickers, and they both tasted like shit. So do not buy. I think I'd give it a 0.5 out of 10. I dropped them off at Maura's house yesterday because I like the frugal bitch in me was like saving them because I'm like, these taste like shit, but I don't want to throw them away because they're like perfectly fine protein bars. So I was like, you know what? Yeah. I'll just send it over to the Worthen household and, Maura, I don't know. I'll have to see if she ate it yesterday. I think she tried to take a bite out of one yesterday and it was like, ow.
One day in the middle of this, we're going to have to call her and just be like, Hey, how's it going? How are the things that Kayleen's giving you? Literally, we should definitely do that. Next episode, don't tell her. Everybody listen, okay? We'll be here for the next episode. This is why you want to come back. We're going to call her in the middle of this. Does she work Tuesday? Who cares? We're calling her anyway. Yeah. We'll interrupt her at work.
She works overnight. We might just wake her up. That's fine.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. No, we'll wake her ass up and be like, hey, how's the new item that Kayleen gave you? That's exactly what we're going to do. So, so obviously you'd rate this very low.
Oh, it was terrible. It was like, I mean, I would even eat like a Costco fake Quest bar over this piece of shit bar.
Costco honestly. Fake Quest bars? That's amazing.
Yeah, their Costco protein bars are basically like Quest bars, but cheaper. For those who don't know. I had a very big Quest bar era, which if you're into protein bars and you have never air fried a Quest bar, you're missing out. Which you can do with these.
Hell?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you get cancer if you do that. Do not.
I mean, I'm fine. I turned out fine. Just kidding. No, but it kind of makes it like a cookie. So if like you're like down bad for sweets on prep and you want something, I mean, again, I never say like eat a protein bar every single day because protein bar freaking ingredients by themselves are probably toxic as shit, and they are. Yeah. But what is it, like any port in a storm or whatever that saying is? If you need one and it's going to prevent you from going on a full-on bender, try air frying it. It makes it like a cookie consistency and it's pretty good. But anyway,
that's crazy town. You know what? I just don't trust air fryers. Every time I see one, I'm like, I don't trust that. I don't trust that item. But that's just me. I know all the people listening fucking love those. I see those constantly on YouTube and shit. Every fucking day. I don't know why my YouTube suggests it. It's like air fryer people are trying to get me to get one. They're like, you must have one. We want you to have one. Because I get literally air fryer recipe, air fryer. I'm like, I don't even look at recipes. Why are you sending me air fryer recipes? I'm not putting anything in it. Anyway, I'm ranting a lot today. So,
meanwhile,
okay, obviously not a good thing. Snickers they'll probably fail. They'll probably fail that protein attempt.
It was so bad.
You know what it probably is? It's probably reverse marketing. They make a protein bar and then people eat it and they're like, dang it, I really want a Snickers. And then they go buy a real Snickers.
Dude, I bet that is it. That can be the only explanation of why that was so bad.
Dang, that's crazy. Anybody out there, if you try the Snickers protein bar, comment it. I want to know. Give us a 1 to 10. Kayleen's a negative like 11, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And that's even on a protein bar scale, which is insane.
Yeah, and I'm like pretty generous with my protein bars. But anyway, shall we get on to the main topic?
I suppose we will. Okay, so today we're talking about 5 ways to jumpstart your fat loss. No matter where you're at, what you're doing, or whenever you listen to this, it is relevant for New Year because it's fucking January 2nd, but also relevant for any time you're hearing it. So get ready. The first one, you want to do it or me?
You can do it. I give you the honors.
Wow, thank you.
I'm always starting it off.
You blessed me. First one, eat more protein, okay? This one I like a lot because it's very simple to do, okay? Whether you're tracking or you're not, some people don't track. Maybe you're listening and you haven't tracked yet. You haven't gone down the track path of tracking, or maybe you're an intuitive or you're doing whatever. But eating more protein, even if you have a totally shit diet, like you're somebody who's like, damn, I want to lose a lot of weight right now because I've just been off the rocker for not a month, not a few months, not the holidays, like a while. If you start eating more protein, you will start burning more fat by default, okay? And this will happen for a number of reasons. Happens because, you fill up more with the protein for one. Like, you have less room in your stomach for bullshit, okay? Like, it will happen. It does happen. And then also protein will help you burn more calories when it's being digested, basically. So, you're going to overall, right out the gates, curb appetite, fill up a little bit, burn some more calories, doing nothing extra. It's pretty exciting shit. And I mean, one simple way to do it is to actually start your day with eating more protein, okay? Because, like, if you have a fucking terrible sweet tooth or a lot of cravings, or you are really junk food addicted and you're like, I can't kick the junk food, I can't kick the Snickers. Well, here's how you do it. You wake up and eat primarily protein, or even a protein shake. Even though I hate protein shakes, have a protein shake. Start your day with that, and it kind of sets the tone for a better day. But really, you can eat protein probably anytime, wouldn't you say, Kayleen? And that's going to help, overall.
Yeah, you're talking to the girl who eats like chicken for breakfast every day. And I know it's like really weird for people to hear that, but like, no. And it doesn't have to be chicken. A lot of people do eggs, but I personally don't find that eggs fill me up. And that just might be a me thing. But and eggs carry a little bit more fat too, which again, we've talked about if you've listened for any length of time. Like, my fats don't get that high. So for me personally, eggs aren't worth it. But you can do so much, even like doing like a pork carnitas type of thing for breakfast and maybe throw in one egg in there. Like, oh, it's so good. Like, people are so against savory breakfasts, but I swear to God, I've been eating so here's what I've been eating. Chicken, usually chicken or ground turkey. And then like a sweet potato with coconut oil, which is like, oh my God, if you haven't done that, if I haven't talked about this yet, oh my God, it's so good. And then peas, because I'm obsessed with peas right now. And that's like the other thing too, is like finding protein outside of like just meat sources too will really help you as well, because a lot of people are like, oh, it's hard to hit my protein goals, which is like insane to me that people, and like I'll have them at like maybe like 100 grams of protein. It's like, oh my gosh, I was like, whoa, I need to do a whole episode. We need to do a whole episode of like, have we done it? I don't know. I have to go back and check. Like sneaky protein. I did a post on this a little bit ago. If you're following me, well, probably a while ago now, but like if you want to see that episode on the podcast, let me know in the comments. But the other thing about protein too is don't be afraid to up your serving sizes of protein. I've heard a lot of bullshit about like how the body can only digest like 30 grams of protein at a time. That's bullshit.
They just fucking actually disproved that. Did you see that study?
I did. And that's why it's like
proven.
People like have that in their head. Get over it. Like for me, especially like when I go into gain season, my protein gets so fucking high, man. Right now it's at like 180 grams. It's insane. Which like, again, it's great. And one of the big things to hitting that is upping the serving size, because for the longest time in my head, I was like, okay, I'm eating meat. Let me get 4 ounces. 4 ounces, 4 ounces, 4 ounces.
Yeah.
Who the fuck made that 4 ounce rule? 6 ounce, 7 ounce, 8 ounce. Exactly. Get it in however you can.
28 ounces. Let's go. 28. Get yourself a fucking giant ribeye. Eat the whole thing. Like. No, that's a good point. And it is, people do that a lot, where they're like, oh, I'm eating protein every meal. I'm eating 5 meals. I'm still not hitting my goal. It's like, well, you're eating fucking 3 ounces. What you doing here? Just eat more of it. And yes, it does get a little, some people think like, oh, it's too filling. Yeah, that's the damn point. We want you to be eating the right shit. Fill yourself with the right shit, not the bullshit, okay? So that's, I think that's a really good point. And like Kayleen just said, it's not a 30-gram rule. I think that literally comes from supplement industry. Like, I think they made that shit to sell protein shakes, because conveniently, so many protein shakes have like 30 grams of protein. It's like the perfect amount of protein for your 1 hour that you need it. Your anabolic, fuck off. Okay? Anabolic, seriously. Fuck off is what I'm saying.
Fuck off. I like it.
But I mean, like literally any level. And even if you got your protein down, you want to jumpstart fat, like let's say you're a serious macro tracker like Kayleen over here who's like, oh, down to the nitty gritty, 1 gram of carb per day. Oh no, I'm off. Like if you track all your macros and you still want to jumpstart your fat loss a bit, you could still even eat a little more protein or replace like carbs a little bit. Like, I'm having 10 more grams of protein today and I'm going to cut 10 carbs out. You're going to burn more fat. It's just the way it works. So, I mean, eating more protein is good to go to jumpstart it no matter your level. And literally, even if you eat purely junk, like thanks for listening to the show. If this is you, your life's going to change. But, like, if you eat just bullshit all day and you get yourself some protein in there, it will also help. So, I mean, it's literally the fucking number one thing you can do right out the gate. Easy enough.
Yeah.
Easy.
And that's something that I tell my clients and my athletes too. If they're having trouble with snacking, especially, I'm like, okay, before you let yourself have whatever snack, eat protein first. And then if you are still hungry, have a snack. And chances are you're not. So you cut out that bullshit snacking. So boom.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing I'll add to this, since we're just going to talk about one thing for 3 hours, is, basically too, people, whatever you see on a label or a tracking app, it's not actually what you're going to get into your body. Like, you're not going to utilize all of the protein that you're seeing in grams of anything. So this 30-gram shake that we just talked about, who fucking knows? Depending on what ingredients are in there, how bioavailable it is to you and everything else, and your gut health, all that. We talk about gut all the time. Like, all that's going to depend how much that you actually can assimilate, absorb, and utilize for anything. And same goes with food. Like, you get a fucking chicken breast, the protein in whatever amounts of chicken breast you ate, it's not all used by your body. It's not all going to be assimilated by your body. There's going to be a loss by default. So, I mean, even if you think, okay, I'm having 130 grams of protein a day is plenty, you're not getting that much. Like, that's just a number you're looking at. And basically a number that you're going to get recommended or told by a coach or whatever is going to be a best guess estimate to cover the basis, but not to say you're getting 100%. And that's just the way it is. So, I mean, more protein, motherfuckers. More protein.
All right. Yeah, I think we can close that chapter. If you have any more questions, of course, you can always drop them in the comments. We'll be happy to help. Sometimes mine get deleted randomly. I think it's when I try to put email addresses. But anyway, we will answer any questions in the comments. So if you have them, drop them. And we'll do a whole episode of protein because I think everybody needs to hear it later. So, number 2, should I take this one?
Yeah, you take it. Let's roll.
Drink more water, bitches. God, everybody's so goddamn dehydrated out there. Like, nobody drinks enough water. And it's just ridiculous how many people don't drink enough water and how easily they can be feeling so much better if they just drink more water. And there's so many ways that you can increase your water consumption. For me, drinking out of a cup with a straw, which Bradley Walker 3D printed me this handle, which I love. Nice. Anyway, so drinking out of a straw helps me drink so much. I had a straw cup and I had my water bottle that I brought to the gym that was like, not a straw. I drink out of this 10 times better. And I think it's because it's the path of least resistance. I don't even have to raise it and I can get a sip out of it. But anyway, so if you don't have a straw cup and you are slacking on your water intake, grab one and try it out and watch. If you've followed me on Instagram, I love my little, I don't do it because I know how many I drink a day, but if you're having trouble hitting your goals, I used to tally mark with a dry erase marker on the lid of my cup how many I need to drink. And as I refilled, I would erase the tally mark. And then at the end of the day, the objective is to have no more tally marks. So how much water should everybody drink is the big question. I don't know what your personal opinion is, Ryan, but I think everybody should strive to hit a gallon. If you hit it, awesome. If you come close, it's like whatever that saying is, shoot for the moon. If you miss, you'll land among the stars, whatever bullshit saying that is. But like everybody should aim for around a gallon. You don't want to drink too much, even though it would be nearly impossible because you will throw off your electrolyte balance. If you are an athlete who is sweating a lot or it's summertime, you might even want to bump that to 1.5 gallons, maybe even closer to 2 gallons if you're a crazy sweater. I don't know what your recommendations are.
Yeah, about what you said. 3/4 a gallon to a gallon for most people is good. It depends. You shouldn't do it all at once, that's for sure. Because like you said, the electrolyte flush You can actually kill yourself drinking too much water too fast. It's crazy town. So don't be like, oh no, I didn't drink any water today. Let me drink a gallon in 10 minutes. You're dead. Don't do it, okay? This is not medical advice, people. But just fucking space your water out. But yeah, 3/4 of a gallon to a gallon is usually what I say. And also, like, I'm a firm believer into the thirst factor, right? Like, you should drink water when you're thirsty. Listen to your body for the most part. And if you're one of those people who are like, I'm not thirsty ever, well, what the fuck else are you drinking? That's what I'll say to you. Put your damn energy drinks away. Put your coffee away. Put your fucking tea away. Put your whatever it is that you're drinking, because I know you're drinking something. Otherwise, you wouldn't you'd be thirsty. It's just the way it works, So a lot of people fill, their thirst factors with other drinks, and it kind of confuses your body because it makes your body think you're getting water, and maybe you are getting minuscule amounts of it, but you're not getting, reality hydration, which is what you need, because this also kickstarts your fat. And why does this help you lose fat, Kayleen? Why do you lose more fat when you drink water? Because, that's what we're talking about, and people are probably like, I don't care about water. But yes, you do, because it'll make you burn fat.
Exactly. Like, the water is so necessary in your life, and especially to flush everything out, man. Like, peeing, sweating, all that is flushing all the shit out of your body. Oh, not to mention, if you're not drinking water, guess what? You're constipated. I can tell you that right now. You're not pooping. So weight loss, fat loss, everything like that. The other thing I want to challenge you to is, and this is going to be a big ask for a lot of you guys, but before you make your coffee, drink 8 ounces of motherfucking water, okay? Like, just do it. You're going to start your day so much better. After your 8 ounces of water, you can have your coffee. And if you go for an afternoon cup of coffee, which I don't think is a good thing to do, drink your water before that. Drink 8 ounces of water before you're going to have any other drink out there.
Yep, at least 8. I do like fucking 20. Slam it. I get the liquid death, and I just fucking like chug it like I'm at like a high school party. Like, bam, done.
Do you crush the can on your head afterward?
Exactly. Fucking shotgun it, and then I move on with my day. But
please record that, please.
I should do that, but then I'd have to charge them. No, I'm just kidding. But get the water in the morning. That's another good thing. See, so like tip 1 and 2, you can do both of these right away. Get the water, get the protein. You're burning more fat doing basically nothing else. You don't have to do anything else. You're already going to be burning more fat. Like, that's pretty kick-ass. So the water definitely helps everything. It makes your body operate better. It's going to help you train better. It's going to do everything. And, like, not just talking about fat loss. Like, water does fucking everything for your body. Like, for millions of reasons, all you ladies out there. I don't think the men worry too much about this, but all you ladies out there, like, worried about skin health and wrinkles and all that kind of shit. Like, water hydration will give you, it'll give you Botox. No, I can't say that, but
you cannot. And it does not, because I drink a lot of water and I still need Botox. So that is a false claim. But
it's nature's. Okay, we'll say it's the nature. I don't know, but whatever. It definitely helps either way.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Like, people that are chronically dehydrated, not only do they develop like skin issues, they develop other organ issues. Okay?
Oh,
Skin is an organ. You'll get other issues, though. Your liver fucking doesn't run as good. Your kidneys don't run as good. Your gut doesn't digest it. Yeah, all kinds of problems. Your heart, all this shit. So, you know what? It's easy. Drink more water. And like you were given the tip of writing down the dry erase, the one I always like to say is which honestly, I should get a royalty from these fucking apps. But, I say you should there's apps out there, right? For all you phone addicts, all you people that can never put your damn phone down, and you're like, oh, notification Instagram, oh, notification TikTok, oh, notification, get a damn notification, drink water then, right? They got apps now that do this. Back when I thought of this, it was like literally, I used to say, put a schedule, set a schedule on your phone to notify you, because that was how you did it. But now they have apps. Like, you can get an app that says, I want to drink this much water, and it will space out your day and send you a notification. Hey, did you drink this water yet? Fucking do it. It's, so it's another cool tip, tool, hack, whatever, to get better.
Also, every time you go to take a drink of water, take 10 motherfucking sips, and then you're going to be there like so quickly.
Yeah. Boom. Yeah. It's not difficult. And what's funny is if you're having a hard time, you're like, wow, this is miserable. I'm drinking too much. I'm peeing all the time. That's literally your body probably just adjusting to the fact that you've been so dehydrated that it's like basically confused. But that goes away. Once you start drinking more water, it will balance out. And also, I hear this a lot with check-ins too. I'm holding water. I feel like I have water weight. It's because you're dehydrated, people, right? The more water you drink, the less your body will hold because it doesn't need to hold it. It's basically going to just be getting new water all the time. It knows it. It's going to keep you going all the time. Fat loss, everybody. Fat loss. Let's go.
Gosh, I just, say it again. Say it again. Just kidding. No.
I will say it again. No, I'm just kidding.
I think we beat it. But God, there's so many good things. All right. Do you want to do the next one?
No, you go. Come on.
Okay, fine. You make me. No, just kidding. Number 3, something very near and dear to my heart is get better sleep.
Yeah.
I love my sleep almost as much as I love my daughter and my husband, which is a lot. And it's almost like if you mess with my sleep, it's like almost on par with like messing with my daughter and my husband. Like I will not get a shitty night of sleep because so much gets thrown off by a bad night of sleep.
Yep.
This could be like a whole another hour long episode of sleep. Like all these different things can be whole hour long episodes. But anyway, I'll try to do like the TED Talk version of this and TEDx. I don't know. Maybe is that with it? I don't know. Anyway, sleep is important. If you get shitty sleep, your hunger cues are going to be all sorts of fucked up. Yeah. Once I found this out, it was crazy how much I realized if I get shitty sleep, I'm craving all the bad things. That's one aspect of it. 2, when you get not enough sleep, well, first of all, your sleep should, in an ideal situation, line up with the sun. I realize that there's shift workers that this is just not possible with. But if you can, by all means, line up with the sun, wake up when the sun gets up, go to bed when the sun goes down. I know it's winter time and it's very early and late for both of these things. But, I'm saying you want to also match your cortisol production and when it's peaking and when it's the lowest. So again, whole nother episode, but your cortisol spikes around 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And that's when you want to get up because that's when your body is ready for the different stresses of the day. At around 9 o'clock at night, it's going to be your lowest. So if you're staying up past that, your cortisol is going to slowly start to rise over the night. So later you go to bed, the less prepared your body is going to be for bed. And why that's important is because your brain and everything else flushes out during the night. It's the time where everything gets a rest. Your brain, your digestive system, all your organs, they just kind of get to take a chill pill. So when you don't get enough sleep, your body is not going to be functioning optimally for life. And one of the big parts of life is, for most of us, is fat loss. So you're just not going to be coming to the fight with the best weapon if your sleep is off. And that's, I probably have more to say, but I'll let you talk a little bit too.
Yeah, totally. I mean, sleep is so important and I think very overlooked. People are very good at I went to the gym and I ate a piece of broccoli or whatever the fuck. They think everything is training and diet, but literally all of what you do with training and diet will be dictated differently based on how you sleep. So that is a huge factor. And again, as I sit over here, hating on people's phones and all this bullshit like I do 24/7, your phone is giving you bad sleep for most of you out here. Listen, I bet 99 out of 100 of you are sitting on your damn phone scrolling bullshit before you go to bed and doing whatever. And you're hindering your sleep, which means you're hindering your goals, which means you're hindering your fat loss, which means you suck. No, I'm just kidding. But really, it makes a big difference. Your whole ability to go to sleep, do all that. There's a million tools, tips, hacks for that. Maybe we should just do an episode on sleep because I could go way too deep too.
Oh my God, let's go way too deep together.
We will. Yeah, we will do that. We'll do that. Write this shit down. Are you writing this down? What do you got?
I'm writing it down right now. No, I'm going to put it on our joint
list. One down. Write the other one down because we got at least 2 to go. But yeah, sleep, you got to be taking it seriously. And it's amazing to me the amount of people that don't. Obviously, I've been coaching people for a very long time, a lot of clients. And number one thing I would say is if you're the most uncompliant thing that I see people do is sleep. It's across the board the way it is. And, some of it people come up with good excuses, a lot. People come up with great excuses. Oh, my dog. Oh, my kids. Oh, this shit that. Get your damn sleep. I don't care if you take a nap, Oh, I can't nap. What are you doing then? You watching Netflix tonight? What are you doing? You watch People are always finding ways to shortcut sleep, thinking that it's doing something better for them. But, you can't. And like this, I did this to myself. So I can't just hate on everybody. I'll hate on myself for a minute. Let's just do that. Back when I started this whole business, Team Flex, everything like that, I would notoriously sleep maybe 2 or 3 hours a night, like for a while. And it worked. I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning, going to the gym, fucking hyping up on the stories, doing all kinds of bullshit. Like I was fine, but that shit does catch up. And also, it was my body operating as optimally as it could have. Was I getting the best of everything as it could have? No. Fuck no. The answer is no. So there's no point. Don't do it. Figure out how to get the right amount of sleep and just consider it a non-negotiable. Like, just like, you got to show up at work today. Well, you got to show up to go to sleep to work for your goddamn self in life. That's the way it works, Treat it like anything else. It's not negotiable. Figure out how to do it. Like, what do you consider the optimal amount of sleep hours-wise, Kayleen? Are you so deep that you don't even consider the hours?
Obviously people like numbers.
Yeah.
6 to 8 is okay. 7 to 8 better. 8 is great. Is how I feel. And here's the thing too, is like, obviously people can be pretty good about it on the weekdays. When the weekend comes and it's like, oh, well, let me just stay out until 2 a.m. It's not a big deal. I'll catch up on Sunday. Yeah. No. You cannot just catch up on sleep. You will it doesn't happen. No. And we didn't even talk about the growth hormone that is exuded when we sleep. And when you go to bed later, you miss that completely. So if you want maximum gains, you need to be going to bed around 9 o'clock every night. Okay.
9 o'clock. Jesus. I don't, you don't got to go as crazy as Kaylee with that, people. But no, what I will say, yeah, sure. Maybe 9 is great. I mean, obviously, like you said, here's the most ideal people out there that are hearing this and you think it's crazy. The most ideal is to literally go with the sun rising and the sun setting. Like, that's the most natural way people sleep. That's how everything else sleeps. That's how you go find a fucking bear in the woods somewhere and he's sleeping like that. That's just the way it works. But nobody's doing that. So, maybe an earlier bed, whatever. What I think matters most, though, is the hours you get totaling up, at the end of the day for most people, because it is hard to do. Like, I can't go to bed at 9. I was sick as shit for the past 2 weeks. I couldn't even do it. I was like, I should go to sleep, and I couldn't do it. But,
you know what you need? You need a fucking wilderness retreat where you're just in wilderness for a week or two, and you will be able to go to sleep.
That. Yeah, I definitely would. That's true, because it's my lifestyle and the screens. But we all have this. That's what I mean, people. So focus on getting your hours. And you know what? I will also say this, which is going to piss a lot of people off, probably even you. Fuck your smartwatches, people. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
The ones telling you that you slept good and you got this amount of sleep and tonight you got 20 hours of sleep somehow and last night only 1. That shit, these things are so wildly crazy, off the charts and accurate. I can't even talk about it. So do not base your sleep quality off of what your smartwatch tells you, okay?
I have a sleep tracker. I have a sleep pad, a Withing sleep pad under my bed, but I won't check it first thing in the morning at all. I don't check it until later in the day because I don't want that to affect my day. If it says I got a shitty night of sleep, it will, if you see that right away, it's going to be like, oh man, you're just starting your day out I got a shitty night of sleep. And then everything is it's because I got a shitty night of sleep. Sometimes I'll check it and I'll be like, man, I felt like I slept great. And then I'll look and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't get enough deep sleep, blah, blah, blah. So I guess back to your question about, times, if you have a sleep tracker, if you could get 2 hours of deep sleep each night and an hour and a half of REM sleep, that's awesome. And getting quality is really important too, quality sleep. One last note on sleep. I mean, I could talk about sleep for hours, but everybody needs to know, and I don't know if Android has a version of this, so my apologies to the Android people. I'm sure they do, but getting the do not disturb function on your phone and the wind down function. I don't know if you're familiar with wind down, but you can basically set a wind down period on your phone for any amount before you're going to bed, and it will stop your notifications. I know you don't get any notifications, but I'm a notification whore. It will stop your notifications. It will turn your phone to more of a sleepy mode, and it just helps not get into anything before bed, because you see one text from someone, you're like, oh, I gotta text her back, or at least me, I'm like that. So that has been a game changer for me. And sleep mode in general, like, just do not get any notifications during the night. That's just so stupid.
Yeah, that's hilarious that I am so far away from that path that I haven't even considered that's an option.
Yeah.
It's like I do it manually. I just don't even touch my phone after like a certain time of day. It's just the way it is. But yeah, that is good. And they do have those features for sure, I think, on every kind of phone. So set that, and that goes down with part of, don't be on your phone at close to bedtime, all that. But I do want to talk about the sleep. We got to save this for the episode because it's getting too long. But the sleep trackers, again, like you said, pay attention to it some. But also, I really think it's important not to base your life off of a sleep tracker, like at all. Because technology is flawed, people, okay? Your body is way smarter than technology is. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, that's the way it is. Your body knows how to survive. It knows how to do things. So, like, if you wake up and you slept shitty, you will know. You will fucking know. You'll be like, oh, wow, I'm dragging ass today. Wow, my fucking back hurts. What's happening? My ankles, whatever. You will feel different. You will be different mentally. You will be different across the board. So, you can figure these kind of things out. And alternatively, if you wake up and feel great, I mean, I don't really care what the trackers say. And I've seen, a lot of my clients use these trackers over the years, and very advanced ones too. Like ones that cost like $700, $800 to get all this fancy shit. I'm like, who's doing this, for one? And then two, like, they're not that accurate. I'm like, one night it says you got 4 hours of sleep, and they'll be like, what happened? They're like, oh no, I didn't get 4 hours of sleep. It was just the tracker thought I was awake. And I'm like, what? It thought you were awake? So I mean, at the end of the day, just remember that stuff, it has variability. And don't base your life off of it. Go with how you're feeling. I think that's important too.
But yes, next. We'll do a whole different episode on all three of these. Well, yeah, I don't think we need water, but protein and sleep for sure.
We're going to definitely talk more about it. Let's talk about the next one here. Number 4. And if you're staying with us right now, thank you. Make sure you're subbed, subscribed, following. I don't know where you're listening or what you're doing, but make sure you're going to hear the next one because it's going to be good. Across the board, we're going to be doing crazy shit. All right, but the next one, step 4, move more. Okay, this one's pretty easy. Again, like all these have been very easy, by the way, people. If you take even one and you implement it, you're going to start burning more body fat, and you're going to be, leaner overall, leaner human. Okay, leaner human. But if you take all of them, you can be even more advanced. But here's another one: move more. And this is so simple, so easy. So right now, me and Kayleen have been sitting on our asses for almost 40 minutes. Normally, this is not how I prefer to live my life right now, but it is what I have to do these things, because I was thinking about it actually before we started this. I was like, I wonder if we could podcast while tread desking, but it would be way too loud. It would be like, it'd be like, and it'd be 2 of it, so we would sound like a horse galloping through the fucking field somewhere. Nobody would hear what we say, but, you want to be moving more, and that's as simple as any level, again, right? Like if you're somebody who's totally not into working out right now, you haven't got a good routine down, you're starting, you got a weight loss goal, fat loss goal for the new year, something like that, and you're like starting from zero, a 10-minute walk a day is a good place to start, okay? Anything you can do, just take it around the block, getting up off the couch, instead of binge watching, 8 episodes of something at once, get up at 4 and go walk around, do something, anything, push-ups, whatever. The amount of things people can do, all different. It's just basically move more. There's nothing wrong with that in any capacity. There's no right or wrong, in other words, right? You could do sports and shit. People like sports and shit, right? Go fucking, I don't know. Yeah. Go play some pickleball. Pickleball. Everybody's playing pickleball these days. Do something. Just move more. That means the same thing for every level. Maybe you're a person that already does the gym and you do fucking cardio and you do all that. Okay, go do something else. Go, just get up, walk around, take a hike, go climb Everest. Do whatever you want to just get the body moving. And it does, again, already, for many, many reasons that we can't dive into in this episode. This could be a whole episode itself, but like it will help you burn more body fat and also just be healthier overall.
Yeah, man, I have been a huge proponent of the outdoor walks. Like, I never, okay, so I just never went outside. I was really bad about that. And then I started learning about all, the benefits of getting outside, grounding, sunlight, blah, blah. And so I started going on morning walks every morning, like right when I get up. And granted, there used to be sunlight. Now there's no sunlight anymore. I take my dog for a walk because we're trying to train her. But then, I also started going for walks by myself. After dinner, I would go and get the mail and like go for like a little, like maybe I think it's like 3/4 of a mile walk around the neighborhood. And eventually, after asking for about 3 months straight, Bradley Walker started going on the walks with me.
There you go. Nice.
And let me tell you, as like a marital advice standpoint of things, like it has been so wonderful. Like Brad and I have a great relationship already, but like, what would we do after dinner? My kid, she'd want to watch something. We'd be sitting on our phones, sending memes to each other across the couch. Like, cool, But like, we go on a walk now after dinner and the phones are away and we talk and catch up on the day. And it has just been amazing. And then we're both getting extra steps. So I realize not all of you have the ability to go out, like, especially because it's without the kid too. Like, she's not interrupting us. Like, I love her to death. But like, it's just like this 10 to 15 minutes every single night that like Brad and I are not on our phones. We're just talking to each other. We're getting some fresh air. It's a little cold out, so getting a little cold exposure. So like, honestly, like as a relationship advice, like fucking make your significant other go for walks with you after dinner. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah. I mean, all across the board, walks can be used for anything. Like, that's the interesting thing about walks, right? So I'll give you 10 billion examples. No, I don't have time for it. But, let's say, for example, in this business, right? This is what we do. Me and Kayleen do this bullshit every day. We sit here and not podcast every day, but we train people. Sometimes that requires doing phone calls and, things like that, or doing consultations. You know what you can do while you take a phone call, people? You can take a fucking walk, right? Like I used to do this all the time. I don't do it as much now, but you could definitely take a phone call, go on a fucking walk and do that. As long as you're not climbing Everest, you can probably maintain a good conversation, So that's a way to do it. Anybody out there that has a job where you have to do calls and stuff, things like that. But there's a million ways, and walking's not the only way, right? Like another thing I was always a big advocate of was if you're not going to do a walk or something like that, maybe you don't have time, which some people don't have time, which is crazy, but they say that, so whatever. Okay, great. Well, when you're sitting on your ass watching TV at night or whatever you're doing, pop up and do a set of squats, air squats. Pop up, do a set of push-ups. I don't know. Do something, Or like we're talking about, me and Kayleen both have treadmills under our desks that are standing desks to get extra things in. So for those of you out there that work from home, I mean, your tread desk is pretty legit. Mine is like Amazon shit, but I spent like maybe between the treadmill and my desk, like less than $300. So you could definitely get. Did you? Okay, well you got yours used though or something, right?
Yes, and it had like a fairing. Yeah, it is super fancy, but I have an engineer husband who is like the best. And so, yes, it had like a loose bearing and it was loud. And so he sold it to me for $50 fucking. It was a $1,200 under desk treadmill or something like that. Yeah,
well, you beat me on that money. But either way, see, there's possibilities, people. For a couple $100, which is like probably your Starbucks bill or something like that a month, or your eat out bill. I don't know what you spend your money on, but out there, you can have a setup where, okay, maybe you don't have time to do anything extra. You don't want to be doing an extra walk for 30 minutes of your day or something. Well, you can walk while you work. And a lot of people work from home now. And, even if you don't, if you have a desk job in an office, most bosses and shit in most places will be fine with you setting something up like that if you request it. Like I've had clients do it. And, maybe you're the only one in the office walking, but hey, you got the most fat loss out of all those motherfuckers too. That's the way it goes, right? So
not only that, but like, my fucking back pain journey, it started as soon as I quit group fitness and was working at a desk all day is when it really ramped up. And, we changed a bunch of different factors. Not going to credit all of it to a standing desk and walking during work, but holy shit, like it has helped so much. And I don't know about you, but I am so much more focused when I am walking and working because like, hey, guess what? It's a lot harder to check your phone while you're walking and working. Like, it's just like, when you're sitting and working, then it's like, oh, let me grab my phone. I got a notification. You don't get notifications, but like I'm so laser focused and I have like these goals like, okay, I'm not going to get off of my desk treadmill until I finish, X, Y, and Z. And then before I know it, I'm like, oh shit, I'm at an hour already. And that's like 6,000 more steps a day. Oh, it's the best thing ever. If you work from home and you do not have a desk treadmill, you are doing yourself a large disservice.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the investment. It will do a lot of great things for you. And alternatively, if you don't work at home or don't have a desk or job at home or whatever, another thing you can do, I know all you motherfuckers watch TV. Like, get one for your living room, okay? Mm-hmm. I'm tired of people fucking, like I've heard this before. I told clients to do this, and they're like, but it will look terrible in my living room having an elliptical. I don't give a shit.
Who cares?
Put it in your damn, great. Put a TV in your garage then. Go buy another TV, put it in your garage. The amount of gym equipment you can get so cheap these days, it's the cheapest I've ever seen it in my life. And, like, I've collected gym equipment forever. Like, I started buying weird gym shit when I was probably, like, 15 years old. And I was like, cool, dumbbell, buy it. Nice. Okay, like, I've been doing this shit forever. And there is so much readily available gym equipment. Like, you can get cheap shit on the internet from, like, basically good retailers, too. Even just Amazon, though, really cheap. And you can get tons of used shit. Like, tons. And it's crazy, like on what's it called, like fucking Facebook Marketplace,
OfferUp is my bitch.
Yeah, OfferUp, whatever. You can get used stuff cheap. You can even trade for stuff. But again, remember what we're talking about. We're talking about you getting your goals, people. It's an investment. Yeah. So when you look at the thing and it's like elliptical, $400, you're like, oh no, $400. That's an investment into your overall health, your wellness, your life, your goals, what you want to achieve. Fat loss, all this stuff. If you're serious about it, then it becomes a necessity. It doesn't become an option. So, moving more becomes another way to really simplify it. And if you're too cheap to buy the elliptical, go fucking walk the block.
Seriously.
That's it. You can always find a way.
Mm-hmm. Man, I wish I could have another treadmill in the living room, but Brad has limited me to 2 cardio pieces in the house. He's like, you have a walking thing upstairs.
I have one in every fucking no, not every room, but I have some very legit setup. I'll have to show my setups for my cardioing and my thing sometime. But I didn't even tell you, I got a sauna and I got a workstation in my sauna now.
Damn.
It's awesome. So
I have the sauna blanket, which I can work and do the sauna with, but
it took me 78 years to buy the sauna also because I was like, I can't justify the price, but I got a good price on it. But see, investing in your goals, people. So do it. Number 5. What do we got, Kayleen? Because we've been going for days.
I know, right? We could go on for so long.
Is anyone still here? Thank you.
Well,
the last one.
We had another one, but this is the more PR one, is to get some accountability. It could be a coach, but it can also be a friend, your spouse, maybe your kid. Like, just have someone in on it with you because that's going to help you so much to stay motivated. If you can get think of like the 5 people in your life that you hang out with most. If you can get even 3 of the 5 of them on board with you, that's going to make your life so much easier because obviously, there's social engagements, things going out. If everybody's on the same page and they're like, just not going to eat crap the whole time, maybe you can say, hey, instead of, going out to this restaurant, let's go on a hike together. And then everybody is all in on it. Like, there's so many non-food related active things that you can do with people, like especially if like you're dating and stuff right now. I know it's very challenging to be trying to lose fat while dating because the main thing to do is go out to a restaurant, but there are so many other things to do, and that could be like a whole nother episode as well as like things to do that aren't food related.
True. Yeah, good point. And I mean, accountability can also be from yourself in a lot of ways. Like, first off, you should be accountable to yourself and find ways to build a structure around that, right? Like, one of them we've talked about before is writing goals down and stuff like that. That's a good way to do it, but that's in some previous episodes. If you're new here, go listen to our old shit. We got a lot of great shit. But, you got to be accountable to yourself first off. So you want to have goals that you take seriously. And then, what I find really helps is like you're saying, you're saying share it with somebody, spouse, whatever, your kid, whatever, all that's good. Share it with fucking everybody. All you people with Instagram and shit, I dare you. All you Instagrammers, I don't care if you got 5 followers or 5,000, or 500,000, go on your shit and put your goals out there. Tell people your goals and update it daily. Talk about it. Mm-hmm. Keep your goals in everybody's ear, because what it does is nobody gives a shit about what you're doing, honestly. Like, most of your audience probably does not care. Like, oh, I'm doing my steps today. Great. But you know what it does for you? Is it keeps you accountable, right? Like, you're keeping yourself more accountable because you know other people have it. Like, and that's the real secret behind gyms, people. Like, the way that gyms started back before it is now, where everybody's just on their phone, never talks to each other. Like, old school gyms, like, like Golden Era, Arnold Days gyms, all these gyms and shit, they were weights in a room, no music, and a bunch of people working out. No phones, nothing. Everybody's there. Like, you go to the gym, you see your buddy, you see your friend, you see somebody who's always there at the same time. You don't see him one day, you're like, what the fuck happened to this person? It's like a lot of accountability factors that we kind of lose in a lot of technology world. But you can also utilize technology for this. Like I said, you could go, on your Instagram and post, hey, here's what I'm going to be doing, people. And like, not everybody will care. It's fine. It's not for them. It's for you. It's your goals. That's why you're doing it, right? So find ways to be as accountable as possible. Call your mom, tell her your goals, do whatever. Call your cousin that you never talk to every 50 years and just say, hey, here's what I'm going to do. And then they'll be like, wow. And then you can do it.
And the other thing about like putting it out there on Facebook or Instagram is that like you'll have a lot of watchers, and it might not look like anybody cares, but they are caring and they're watching. And I'm telling you, they will hit you up eventually and say, hey, you know what? Your journey really motivated me to do XYZ. And if you motivate one fucking person in the world, like, you've done your job. And that's like how my Instagram started. When I started my stupid little Instagram, I was like, fuck it. Nobody's going to watch this shit. Like, but you know what? I wanted to document this shit. And if I had $1 for every time someone's like, oh my gosh, thank you for your content. You really helped me do this. And, did people laugh at me at first? Sure. I'm sure of it. People are like, oh, Keely's going to do a bikini competition. That's so stupid. But guess what? Those same people are now asking me for advice on how to lose weight. So,
boom! Wow, that was a deep burn right there. Oh man, I mean, some oven
it's the truth, though. It's the truth.
No, it is. Yeah, it's so true. And yeah, I should rephrase what I said when I said nobody cares. I didn't mean nobody cares. I mean more like they're never going to care about your goals on the same level you do. But yes, exactly. Most people. You will definitely always motivate at least one person to do something. Like, it is the way it is, because even if they never tell you, there's a certain amount of people out there that have seen XYZ things or knew you were doing this. Like, that is so motivating in itself to people to be able to do that. You know who else it motivates you? Again, it motivates you again. When you know that somebody out there, might see your shit that you post that you were doing a walk today as your new thing to move better. And move more. And now some guy who's 480 pounds doesn't do walks says, you know what? I'm going to fucking try a walk today. And I may never tell you, but I tried it. You know what I mean? Like, that's a cool thing. And if somebody ever does tell you, now you're like, shit, I got more to do. Let me take another walk. So it is, you know what? That's a challenge. Let's do that. Everybody who's listened this far, you made it this far, you got 5 tips. Pick one of these 5 that you're going to utilize and do right now today, and go post it. Post it on the story. Take a fucking story. Put I'm eating more protein this week as a goal, and fucking just do it. Don't tag us. I don't give a shit. We don't care. We want you to help the world, people. We're trying to help the world. That's why we do it. So
I was going to try to do a giveaway if they did tag us, because that would be
okay. Throw it. Oh shit. Okay. Well, if you want a giveaway, because Kayleen just likes to give away all my shit. Kayleen just giving my shit away. But
hey, when you're paying for it, why not? Just kidding. No, what I want to do, I want to do something even worse. Is actually I want to, I made some, this podcast with your macros like gear. I haven't put it in the store or anything, but like these shirts are like custom made. So like usually the shit I give away, I have in stock. It's right over there. But like, I want to go a step further, and I want to like, can we give away like a t-shirt or, whatever, tank top, like whoever's the winner, we will, figure out what you want, whether it's tank top, crop or whatever. But like, it will be this podcast fits your macros. Like, I'm actually wearing a little crop top here that I made from the same store, the I'm Into Gut Stuff, which just recently hit the FFLEX store. So if you want to get your I'm Into Gut Stuff shirt, teamfflex.com/shop. But yeah, can we do that? So, okay.
Yeah, well, since you've already ruined it, let's just say you can pick anything you want from the store. How about that?
Ooh,
anything you want.
I guess better.
And we'll also send you a podcast shirt too. So you get 2 items. We will pick.
Yay!
We will pick 5 people. We'll pick 5 of you who made it this far because it's been 50 minutes, so it just sounds good. If you made it this far, okay, go implement one of these things, put it on a story, say, I'm going to eat more protein, I'm going to drink more water, I'm going to get better sleep, I'm going to move more, I'm going to, accountability myself. Pick one that you're going to do and tag us. But here's the caveat, right? You got to do it at least for a week. So daily tags for 7 days. And you win yourself a podcast shirt plus whatever else you want from our store, paid for. Unfortunately by me, but I will do it gladly if it enhances your life and makes potentially somebody else's life better too. So we'll do that.
Because at the end of the day, this shit is about changing the world, and that's why we do what we do, and that's why we do this podcast. Even are we a small fish in a large pond? Yeah, but you know what? After each one of these episodes, someone reaches out and says, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much," and I'm just like, oh, it helped one person. Yes, we did our job.
That's it. Yeah. So, stay tuned, people. That's it for this one. We got a lot more episodes rolling. We're going to be doing it consistently. Make sure you subscribe. You're following. You're paying attention. Yes. And we will be back.
In 2 weeks. Mark our words.
All right. That's it then, I think. Yeah. Later.
Bye.